Hi, everyone. Thank you for attending today's webinar. In this time of uncertainty, one thing is certain. Rowan College of South Jersey is still here to help you or a loved one achieve academic success. My name is Brittany Henry. I'm the Director of Dual Enrollment at RCSJ, and I will be your host today. I couldn't get my photo assigned to my name, so panelist Megan Rutler is assuming my photo on my behalf. Today, we will hear about RCSJ, and you'll be able to find your fit. You'll be able to explore the program benefits of the high school option program on the Gloucester and Cumberland campuses. We'll discuss the enrollment process for both campuses, meet the Center for College and Career Readiness, CCCR staff. We'll review important course and registration dates. We'll gain insight on instructional delivery for summer and fall of 2021. You'll learn how to view courses on the RCSJ website. And a Q&A will follow the presentation. Now, throughout the presentation, if you have questions, please feel free to present them in the chat box feature. And our panelist, Megan Rutler, will answer your questions in order as they come. But again, towards the end, we'll have an opportunity to answer any questions that we may have missed. So Rowan College of South Jersey, better known as RCSJ, is one of the fastest growing community colleges and has been voted the #1 community college in New Jersey by schools.com. For more than 5 decades, Rowan College at Gloucester County and Cumberland County College have provided students with affordable and accessible options to prepare them for careers within their chosen field. On July 1st, 2019, these two colleges merged, which resulted in the creation of a regional college in Southern New Jersey. Together, these two campuses offer more than 120 unique degrees and certificates at one of the lowest tuition rates in the state. Hence why we're now called Rowan College of South Jersey. So you're here today to hear about our high school option program, better known as HSOP. Ambitious teenage students seeking a head start on their college studies can take classes and save money with high school dual enrollment programs, such as the high school option program. There are close to 1,000 high school students per semester who participate in our high school programs. HSOP allows high school students to take RCSJ college courses at a significant discount. A traditional student would pay $500 or more for a 3-credit course and college fees. But an HSOP student would pay a flat fee of $225 with no online or lab science fees. That's a breakdown of $75 per credit for in-county, out-of-county, and out-of-state residents. So you can see how financially affordable this program is to students. Students can take an unlimited amount of RCSJ courses through the HSOP program. Courses that can be taken include general education, which goes towards most degrees, career exploration courses, So for example, if a student is interested in becoming a police officer or going into the criminal field, maybe they want to take an intro to criminal justice. Or students can take courses required under a specific major and start chipping away at an associate degree. If students aren't quite college ready, they can take educational foundation courses to increase college readiness. Lastly, these courses can be used as high school graduation requirements through the New Jersey Department of Education's Option 2 program. This is specifically beneficial to the homeschool population as they use our RCSJ courses primarily for this reason. Courses taken through the HSOP program can be applied to an RCSJ degree or transferred to another institution of higher learning. Students are assigned what we call a CCCR advisor according to the high school they attend. Our advisors provide one-on-one academic guidance and are specialists in the high schools they serve. We will meet them a little later in the presentation. High school students may take advantage of HSOP during RCSJ's fall, winter, spring, and summer semesters. Other benefits of attending RCSJ through the HSOP program include free access to all the campus's resources, clubs, and activities. In addition to our excellent academic programs, we have a whole host of support services to help students grow and thrive during their academic journey with us. From our free counseling and tutoring services, to our special service department that assists students with IEPs and 504 plans. We provide the support you need to help you succeed. We also offer vibrant student life and clubs because we believe college is more than just going to class. And just something to briefly note, the program overview, the benefits and tuition rates for our high school option program are the exact same for the Cumberland campus. However, each campus has a different enrollment process. So again, today we will be discussing and reviewing the differences between the enrollment process for the Gloucester campus versus the Cumberland campus. So who can participate in this program? Students 15 to 18 years of age, students who have completed freshman year of high school, in-county, out-of-county, out-of-state residents, students who attend public or private schools, homeschooled students as well. Once RCSJ's summer semester commences, the HSOP discount will no longer be applied for current high school seniors. So essentially, those students who begin this process in their sophomore year have an opportunity to earn a lot of college credits with us at a significant discount of $75 per credit towards tuition. So now let's talk about the enrollment process specifically for the Gloucester campus. So step one talks about our application and some forms that would need to be submitted to the college. So students would have to complete what we call a high school participation form, an HSOP participation form. And essentially, this plays it as a permission slip for students to start taking college courses prior to them graduating from high school. This is a writable PDF that is available on our website, rcsj.edu/HSOP. Once you're on that site, you'll be able to download this application. Adobe Acrobat Reader is recommended when accessing the form. Signatures will be required on the participation form from a high school counselor, the student who plans on taking our college courses through the program, and also a parent or guardian. Now, for those students that are homeschooled that are on the line today, please take note that where it says high school counselor, your parent or guardian will sign that in addition to signing where it says parent and guardian. Once we obtain the HSOP participation form, a student will receive their student ID number for the college and also portal login information via email. So whatever email you place on the participation form, you want to make sure that that's a working email and an email that you check regularly. We also will need a copy of your preliminary high school transcript. And this is specifically because our advisors review grades and courses taken in high school. There may be a college course that will require students to have taken a high school class. So for example, students interested in taking our anatomy and physiology course would have to have taken a high school biology. Another thing that we would need to obtain are any standardized tests that a student may have taken. This would include PSAT, ACT, SAT, PARCC, or NJSLA. I'll talk a little bit more about those scores and the significance of them a little later on in our steps. But again, once you have the high school participation form complete, you receive a copy of a preliminary high school transcript, and you have standardized test scores in your possession. You want to email all forms to designyourfuture@rcsj.edu, which is posted on the very top of the slide. We ask that you try to put all documents in one email, and that way we'll be able to manage your student better. Step 2 talks about our testing requirements. Students must be placed in the appropriate college course. Therefore, we review standardized test scores or implement the college placement test, which we call the AccuPlacer, to assist us with the student's course placement. So before I talk to you about the college placement exam, which is the AccuPlacer, I want to talk to you about 2 ways a student may be exempt from taking the AccuPlacer exam. So the first way is exemption test scores. Again, this would be in lieu of taking the AccuPlacer. So we do accept and review PSAT, ACT, SAT, PARCC, or NJSLA scores. I did provide a link that you can click on at your leisure time. And on that link, it will provide you with the scores that need to have been met for each test that is mentioned. If your son or daughter has one of those test scores and also has the required score, we would need a copy sent to designyourfuture@rcsj.edu, and we can place an exemption from the AccuPlacer for that student. So that's one way that students can avoid taking the AccuPlacer exam. The second way is our multiple measures. So if a student has an overall high school GPA of a 2.6, so that's averaging an A or B, they've taken junior year English or senior year English and have an A or B, or they've taken Algebra 1 and 2, they would be exempt from our AccuPlacer exam. So again, that's the importance of providing us with a preliminary high school transcript. So just something to note, if students are not interested in taking a math course through the high school option program, then we do not need to see that they have taken Algebra 1 or Algebra 2. But the English scores would be very important as they are a gateway to take the majority of our courses if you are going the multiple measures route. So again, those exemption scores, multiple measure scores, should be submitted to Design Your Future at rcsj.edu, along with the high school participation form, which is the application, step 1. If your student does not have exemption test scores through standardized tests, or they don't have multiple measures because your son or daughter is maybe a freshman entering their sophomore year or starting their sophomore year, that's when the AccuPlacer is going to take place. So students will want to schedule their placement exam with the RCSJ campus. Something to keep in mind, students will not be able to schedule their AccuPlacer test until they've received a student ID number from the college. Now again, going back to step 1, that student ID number is sent via email once we have received the high school participation form, which is the application to begin our program. So currently, the AccuPlacer is being held on campus and remotely. So to schedule an AccuPlacer exam, you would go to the website rcsj.edu/testing/Gloucester. We do recommend that testing be completed at least 2 weeks prior to seeing your CCCR advisor to register for courses. And students must have tested prior to their registration appointment with an advisor. Again, this is so important because advisors will need to know what course to appropriately place your son or daughter in. On the bottom there, I've provided the Gloucester Campus Testing Center information. So I'll give you a minute to screenshot. So once step 1 and step 2 of the enrollment process is complete, your son or daughter is ready to meet with a CCCR advisor and register for courses. There are 2 ways to register. Students can schedule an appointment with a CCCR advisor to register for classes, and appointments currently are offered remotely at this time. So let's first take a look at the individual appointment. So students making an individual appointment with one of our CCCR advisors are to visit rcsj.edu/hsop/appointments. Registration will be conducted virtually via phone or email or Zoom at the moment. Currently, registration is not taking place on campus at this time. However, we are planning on opening our doors to the public come sometime in the summer. The college will make an announcement about that. We will have it posted on our website. But once students go to that website, students can click on Make an Appointment under the advisor name, choose a date and time, which should be after your testing date if you need to take the AccuPlacer. And then advisors call the student at the scheduled time, unless the student indicates a preference for a Zoom appointment. Now, during that appointment, it's normally a 30-minute appointment with an advisor. The advisor will have an opportunity to get to know the student a little bit more, ask the student questions as far as What are they interested in studying when they go to college? Do they participate in any extracurricular activities? Things such as that, because the advisor wants to gauge how many courses a student should be taking per semester based upon their schedules. So this will not only be a registration appointment, but it will be an advisement appointment as well. So if there's a student that is unsure as to which course is the best course for them to start off with, our advisors are specialists and they will assist your son or daughter with gearing them and guiding them towards the best course to start off with. They do establish a wonderful relationship with the students. A second way students can register for courses is through one of our registration events. So our advisors and high school counseling departments work together to host a virtual registration event. High school counselors assist students with the HSOP enrollment process, which are steps 1 and step 2. So that's one of the benefits of students participating in a registration event, which again is held conjointly by our advisors and the high school counseling department, which we have wonderful working relationships with. Now, on the bottom there, it does list several high schools that are participating this year in a registration event. The high schools that are participating in a virtual HSOP registration event for summer and fall of 2021 will include Delsey, and that registration event will be specific to their Allied Health Academy students. As of right now, we have not established a registration date. However, we believe it's going to be sometime in July. Now, if there's somebody from Delsey on the line who is not in the Allied Health Academy, but wants to participate in HSOP, they can. They would just schedule an individual appointment rather than participating in a registration event. We have Deptford High School, and that registration event will be specific to their collegiate high school program. Their registration dates will be May 3rd through 7th and May 10th through 14th. Again, if there's a student that is not in the collegiate high school program, but would like to register for a college course, they would schedule an individual appointment. Gloucester Catholic will have their registration event on April 26th through the 30th, and that is specific to their Criminal Justice Academy. Those students that are not in that academy would schedule an individual appointment. Gloucester City, for their juniors and senior class, their registration event is April 19th through the 23rd. If there's somebody on the line from Gloucester City that is an underclassman, not a junior or senior, they would want to schedule an individual appointment. We have Kingsway, which will be held on May 3rd through the 7th. That is specific to their Allied Health Academy. So again, students outside of that academy would schedule an individual appointment. Pittman and Williamstown. Now that is not towards a specific academy or program. That is for all students, sophomore through senior. So if students are interested in attending their registration event, they want to reach out to their school counseling department. Pittman's registration event will be held April 19th through the 23rd. Williamstown is still to be determined, but we're anticipating sometime in May. And then finally, Woodbury's senior experience students, their registration date is April 26th through the 30th. Any students outside of that program would schedule an individual appointment. If you have any questions, I would encourage you to reach out to your school counseling office, or you can always reach out to our department through designyourfuture@rcsj.edu. So let's take a moment to meet some of our staff members. So she may look familiar. That is me, Brittany Henry. I'm the Director of Dual Enrollment for the Center for College and Career Readiness. So I oversee all of our dual enrollment programs. So I like to say that dual enrollment is the umbrella that we hold all of our programs, our high school programs under. So we have HSOP, which again is high school option program. That's what we're speaking about today. That's offered on the Gloucester and Cumberland campus. We have another program called Dual Credit, which is both on the Gloucester and Cumberland campus. We do accept advanced placement exams, which better known as AP in the high schools. And then we have a customized program articulation program as well. Now, I'm only going to be speaking specifically to HSOP today. However, I do encourage you to go to our website and take a look at some of our other programs that we offer under the dual enrollment umbrella. And I believe that higher education provides students with endless possibilities that require guidance from staff, administration, and faculty. Our support to your students play a crucial part in student success and confidence building. The saying goes, it takes a village, and it really does. This is one of our CCCR advisors, Andrea Fow. She is our homeschool specialist. Other schools that she serves is Camden Catholic, Delsea, Glassboro, Gloucester Catholic, Gloucester City, Kingsway, Washington Township, and West Deptford. Andrea believes strongly in the pursuit of a fulfilling career in gaining the knowledge, skills, and experience necessary to accomplishing one's goals. Education is a key component in achieving your career aspirations. Andrea is also one of our adjunct professors at the college, and she teaches American Sign Language. Another CCCR advisor is Rebecca Campina. Rebecca's schools include Clayton, Clearview, Deptford, Gateway, Paulsboro, Pittman, Williamstown, Woodbury, out of county or out of state students taking courses on the Gloucester campus. Rebecca believes her role as an advisor is to help students achieve their academic goals and to instill confidence for their future post-secondary endeavors. So I'd like you to take a minute to take a screenshot of this slide. This is going to be very important, especially for students who are interested in starting with us, just say in our summer term or in our fall 2021 term. Courses are viewable on our website on March 1st. So it's March 2nd now, so you're actually able to go online currently to see the courses that we're offering for both summer and fall. Registration for summer and fall will open March 15th. Summer courses will be a combination of online and live online instruction, while we intend to provide all forms of instructional delivery for the fall semester. However, should COVID-19 prevent us from coming back to campus in the fall, advertised lecture courses will be turned into online or live online instruction. To learn more about the differences in the instructional methods, so online versus live online, lecture, you would want to go to rcsj.edu/learn. To view courses that are being offered for the summer and the fall of 2021, you want to go to rcsj.edu/gc/courses. Click on Find a Course, You can select a term and then search by subject and enter the course number. So now I want to switch gears to talk about the enrollment process for the Cumberland campus. So just as a reminder, those who are coming in a little later in the presentation, our program overview, our program benefits, and our tuition for the HSOP program are both the same for the Gloucester and the Cumberland campuses. The only difference lies in the enrollment process. So let's talk about step one for Cumberland campus. It's the admissions application. So students would want to fill out an online application. All students are to complete an online application at the website that I have provided there, rcsj.edu/apply/Cumberland. Students should select Start a New High School Program after they have created an online account. An acceptance letter will be sent via mail within a week, and the letter will include the student's email and their self-service account information for the college and instructions on how to set up their college accounts. In addition to the online application, you will need to submit 2 additional documents. The first document is our dual enrollment form. So students will complete a dual enrollment permission form. A school counselor and a parent or guardian must sign this form. Forms can be accessed by visiting our Cumberland campus specific website, rcsj.edu/cc/HSOP. You want to return that completed form to the CCCR advisor specific to the Cumberland campus, and her name is Shanice Ruiz. The second form that you'll want to complete is our FERPA form. So students will complete the FERPA form and return it to Shanice Ruiz. Forms, again, can be accessed by visiting our CC/HSOP website. If for some reason you don't find the forms on our website, you can always email Shanice, and that's why I do have her email provided in this slide to obtain those documents as well. But both documents must be mailed to Shanice, or emailed, I should say, to Shanice. So again, just like Gloucester, Cumberland will require testing requirements. So students must be placed in the appropriate college course. So therefore, we review standardized test scores or implement the college placement test, which again is the AccuPlacer, to assist us with the student's course placement. So first one is talking about our exemption test scores, which are in the form of our standardized tests that most high school students take: PSAT, ACT, SAT, PARCC, or NJSLA. We would take that in lieu of the AccuPlacer exam. Now, to find out what those required scores are per test, you would click on the website rcsj.edu/testing/Cumberland, then select AccuPlacer. The second way that students can avoid taking the AccuPlacer exam is again by our multiple measures. So to view those multiple measures, students would go to rcsj.edu/testing/Cumberland, Cumberland. You'll scroll all the way to the bottom of the page and you'll see where it says view our multiple measures. You'll be able to click on that and view everything that a student would have had to successfully complete in high school in order to avoid the AccuPlacer exam. Another reason why we would need that transcript is because, again, our CCCR advisor, Shanice Ruiz, really needs to see those high school courses that students have taken or in the process of taking. Lastly, the AccuPlacer. If students have not taken any of those standardized test scores, if students do not satisfy those multiple measure markers, then they do want to move forward and take the AccuPlacer exam. Again, this exam is being offered on campus or remote. To schedule your AccuPlacer exam for the Cumberland campus, you want to email testing@cc.rcsj.edu. Again, we recommend testing be completed 2 weeks prior to seeing your CCCR advisor before registering for courses, because we need to make sure that we're placing students in the appropriate college course. For more information about our testing center, I encourage you to visit our testing website for the Cumberland campus. And if you need a question directly answered, you would just email them right on the bottom there. The third and final step for the Cumberland campus would be for students to schedule an appointment with Shanice Ruiz to register for courses. As of right now, individual appointments are highly encouraged. So students who have completed steps 1 and 2 can schedule their appointment with Shanice for course registration by way of email at sruiz4@rcsj.edu. So that's how students would schedule their registration appointment with Shanice. During their appointment, Shanice gives students a thorough overview of the registration process and payment information. Now, we are trying to establish registration events with the high schools in the Cumberland area. We have wonderful working relationships with them. It's really just a matter now of selecting dates and times. So as of right now, we don't have anything established, but stay tuned when it comes to the registration events. Be in communication with your high school counseling department, and they will be able to get you that information. If you attend one of the Cumberland County high schools and you say to yourself, why doesn't my school have a registration event? Advocate that to your high school counselors and let them know that this is something that you want brought to your high school, and we will definitely make it happen for you. This is our advisor for the Cumberland campus, Shanice Ruiz. So she oversees all Cumberland County schools and out-of-county students taking courses on the Cumberland campus. Through her role as an advisor, Shanice hopes to encourage students to accomplish their academic goals and enjoy their college experience. Shanice Ruiz did graduate from Cumberland County College. She was New Jersey Stars, so she's very familiar with the campus. She's proud of the campus and school that she comes from. She's really excited to assist your son or daughters. So here are some important dates for the Cumberland campus specifically. So to review their course offerings, you want to go to rcsj.edu/courses/Cumberland. Courses are viewable for both summer and fall 2021. They opened on March 1st. And for summer 2021, students in the HSOP program can begin registering for courses on March 15th. For fall 2021, students can begin registering March 22nd. And again, should COVID-19 prevent us from coming back to campus in the fall, advertised lecture courses will be turned into online instruction. If you need to learn the differences between the different instructions that we offer, you want to go to rcsj.edu/learn. So this is the last presentation slide that I'm going to present. It provides you with all of the website links that were mentioned in today's presentation. I have it separated between Gloucester campus and Cumberland campus. So I encourage you to take a screenshot of the slide and use this as a reference tool for yourself. And I do see that people have been asking questions in the chat room, so I thank you for that. Just leave this up a little bit more for people to take screenshots. And if you have a family, if you have friends that were not able to attend today's webinar, this is being recorded. We will post this on our rcsj.edu/HSOP website, so families can watch this at a later date. So I want to thank everyone who has attended today's webinar. I hope this information has been helpful and that it has allowed you to gain more information about our college, about our 2 different campuses, and about the high school option program, their benefits, the overview, and why it's a perfect fit for you today. I'm going to continue to allow people to provide their questions in the chat box, and hopefully we can answer any questions that you may have.
Brittany, a question has come in regarding option 2, and some information was put out there, but can you give advice as to how those on the call should handle that with their district?
Yes, we always refer students back to the high school. So there are some high schools that are very in favor of option 2. So they're very in favor of students taking our college courses. So for example, taking an English course with us, then bringing it back to their high school, and that English course they took with us would then satisfy a year's worth of one of their English courses. So there are several high schools that are in favor of that. They approve it, they are for it. And then there's some high schools that won't accept that because they do want students to take that high school graduation course at the high school. So again, we always refer students back to the high school counseling department to get a definite answer. But thank you for the question. Great question.
Another question just came in about the Rowan partnership with 3+1, and Buddy, we'd be happy to send you more information on that. But yes, basically on the HSOP end, students would have that gateway, you know, as a high school student to start to take courses within a degree program that qualifies for 3+1. But that's a whole separate webinar that we would want to run for you through our own university center. So I'd be happy to make that connection for you after this is over.
And I also see a question here, how do you decide which campus to register under? Well, that's a wonderful question. So again, whether you're from the Cumberland area or the Gloucester, students can register for either campus. It's really going to depend on a few different things. It may depend on location for you. So if you're actually going to the campus, which campus is closest to you, which is more convenient? Another way that you can determine which is the better campus is take a look at our different programs, our academic programs that we offer, or the course you may be interested in taking. So, for example, just say Cumberland has a course that you're interested in taking that the Gloucester campus does not. Then you obviously want to go to the Cumberland campus. So, a couple of different determining factors, but if you're still unsure as to which campus uh, to pursue this program in, please reach out to one of the CCCR advisors and they can guide you in the right direction. And again, seeing a lot of questions about 3+1 and things such as that, we will take note of your questions and we will be able to send you out important information that speaks more to those programs.
Yeah, it's hard to answer that very last question there on 3+1 more beneficial. I would say from a financial standpoint, absolutely. The first 3 years would be at the RCSJ cost and the final year at the Rowan University cost. So in that aspect, yes. However, some of our programs are not set up for those 300 level courses. So in that instance, 2+2 would be, beneficial. So that's a difficult one. It depends on what aspect you're talking. Students who participate in sports, meaning a high school sport and HSOP courses. That's where the advisors come in. I don't know, Brittany, if you want to speak to their approach to advising in that aspect.
Yeah, so we have a lot of high school athletes who take advantage of the HSOP program. So when our advisors are assisting these students, we ask questions like, what season is your sport in? What's your practice schedule? Is your coach lenient with you maybe coming to practice a little late? We try to take a look at your game schedule if you have them. All that to say that we really have to work with the student and their schedule and what they're allowed and not allowed to do. And we assist the student with finding the course that's most appropriate for them based around their athletic schedule at that time.
And one of the other questions was posed regarding the school count scholarship. That's a scholarship specific to the students who are in the the Cumberland County high schools, and they're going to be enrolling at the Cumberland campus upon high school graduation. There are 4 certificates that you need to receive, 1 in each grade, in order to be able to obtain that scholarship. The question is posed about giving updates. The Rowan University, our partnership with Rowan University now allows for that scholarship to be transferred over to that campus. So the 2 years through school counts at RCSJ Cumberland, and then the next 2 years at Rowan University with that scholarship. That's as much as I can give at that level. Again, we would want to push that over to the Rowan University Center as they handle all the Rowan specific partnerships. To answer that last question, yeah, this is a great program to really see what it's like to be a college student. Balancing the schedules is certainly something that as adults, of course, we all have to handle. So yes, this program, it is tough to do all that. This is not a program for everyone. We have the online courses that could certainly help, as well as our winter and summer terms for those who are more fall sport based. For those that are doing winter sports, then yes, your sport would cut into both the fall and the spring term. So those are all things that we would want to speak with you about on a one-on-one basis to make certain that you can handle the load of high school extracurriculars as well as the collegiate environment.
So we have one, are times flexible enough to take some in the evening? To answer that question, yes, we do offer evening courses. Normally they're around 6 o'clock or maybe 6:30. So if you browse our course offerings, they will not only tell you the course that we're offering for that specific semester, but it will tell you the days, the times, the professor. So it'll provide you with all of that important information. But we do offer courses from 8 o'clock in the morning, throughout the entire day. So I'm very confident that students will find a course that will be placed greatly in their schedule. And then there is another one, I'm sorry if this was already answered. How does my student balance their schedule between high school and college campus? So again, we have over 800 students per term that take advantage of this program. That means they are dually enrolled in both high school and taking a college course, and sometimes more than one college course. That's where our advisors come in, and we call it intrusive advisement, where we really ask the students questions about their life, their schedule, what they feel that they can handle academically. Are they taking honors courses, AP courses? Are they a student athlete? Do they work? So our advisors really guide students as to how many courses they should be taking per semester with us, the type of course that they should be taking per semester with us. And then we really talk to them about the differences between high school and college, and that time management factor. Again, we have a lot of college services that can assist students with that, with teaching them how to balance their time. But that's where that appointment with the advisor comes in. And after that, students are really comfortable with taking our college courses after that conversation. And we're going to allow just a couple more minutes for your questions. Again, if we don't get to your question, questions can be sent to designyourfuture@rcsj.edu. And we will make it a point to respond to you as soon as we can. Again, I encourage you to view our website that we referenced throughout the presentation. I'll go back to this last slide, which will provide you with our website links. These are the most important website links to go to, broken down in the Gloucester and the Cumberland campus. For student athletes, I'm just looking at one of the questions in the chat. If a student athlete is really unsure of their schedule, or they're concerned about how are they going to get to campus and not miss practice and not miss games and maintain good grades in high school, we do offer online courses as well as an option. So there are some student athletes that take a look at our schedule and they find a perfect fit for their high school schedule and for their athletic schedule. And maybe they come to campus every Monday and Wednesday, starting at 1 o'clock because they get out of school around 12:30. But for those students that are having a difficult time with trying to find a course that fits in their schedule that will allow them to get to campus, that's where our online courses are very beneficial because our online courses are not associated with a specific day or time that students are mandated to log in. It's not live instruction. So students have that flexibility to log on to our online system, conduct their work, post their work, by the deadline that the professor has provided. But that may be the solution, to your concern. So again, I really encourage you to go to rcsj.edu/learn. That's going to list all the different types of instructional methods that we provide. So we have the live online course, which is a course that will have students log into our system at a certain day and at a certain time, but the professor is providing live online instruction. We then have an online option, which is our traditional online, and that's where students have that flexibility to log on at their convenience. There are no days or times that are mandated for students to log on. And then we have the more popular one, which is our lecture course, and that's where students will actually come to campus and take the course on our college campus. Wonderful questions. We have one, how long are the classes for each session? It will depend on a course, but just say you're taking a course, a lecture course that meets twice a week. You may be in the class for about an hour and 15 minutes. For a course that may meet once a week, which is typically the evening courses, you're going to be in that course for a little bit longer, maybe looking at around 2 hours or so. And again, that's just because you're meeting once a week. But again, I encourage you to view our course offerings because once you do, each course will provide the times that the course is being offered as well as the days the course is being offered. And as it's approaching 5 o'clock, I'm going to answer this last question here, and then we're going to end our webinar. But again, please keep the questions coming to design your future at rcsj.edu. They're all wonderful questions. This last one, will a discount always be given for course materials such as books? So to answer that question, there is a tuition discount. However, when it comes to the purchasing of textbooks or materials that are needed for that course, there are no discounts. We do have a bookstore on both the Gloucester and the Cumberland campus. Students have the ability to purchase their book through our college bookstore. However, students can also take a look at different places to purchase their book as well if it's a more affordable price. So again, we're going to conclude this webinar. That means we won't be taking any more questions in our chat box, but I want to thank all of you sincerely for chiming in and listening to the opportunities that Rowan College of South Jersey has to offer you. If you have more questions or if you need to speak to somebody, please reach out to us, Design Your Future, at rcsj.edu. Thank you and have a good night.